They're about to go. The 2026 Tab Touch Perth Cup, they're racing. And the first to get going, Filthy Habits, to an almighty roar from the crowd. Won the break from Playhouse Patron. Sentimental Hero jumped out of the gates quickly, and APULIA left well. Coming across Buckets Ridge from on the extreme outside, and Fame's going to kick up. Simply is able to drift across into the field early, and just in behind them, Rocking Society in good order with a nice pace in the early part. They're followed by Demolish, a length and a half to the big mare, Be Optimistic. Then Stormageddon tucked up on the rails, followed further back in the field by Forever Boy. Then Diamond Scene, last Grand Piero. They've left the straight behind them with 1800 left to run, and Filthy Habits sent to the lead by Fiore. Out by a length, running second, Buckets Ridge. Sentimental Hero down on the inside here at the crossing, travels third. Then came Playhouse Patron fourth, around it 3 deep, forced to cover ground simply. Fame's on the inside just in front of the favourite APULIA. It's up there better than midfield. A length and a half, Rocking Society, followed further back by In Good Order. Over on the inside, Stormageddon demolishes back there in the field, and so's Forever Boy. Be Optimistic, Diamond Scene, and still last Grand Piero, spotting the pacemaker the best part of a dozen lengths as they work out to the river. At the 1100 mark in the cup, and Filthy Habits, the pacemaker, a length clear. Second, Buckets Ridge. The pace is really steady. Over on the inside, Sentimental Hero travels up there in third spot. 3/4 then to Playhouse Patron. And then 2 lengths to Simply Shading Fame. They've got the pace right on here with 850 to go. 2.5 lengths away then came APULIA. Pike just sitting back there in open air. A length and a half, Rocking Society back on the inside. Stormageddon is making some headway. In Good Order hooking around them, followed by Demolish and Be Optimistic. Further back behind them, Forever Boy. Diamond Scene's got the task in front of it. Grand Piero last of all as the field heads to the turn in the cup. The sparks are flying. Filthy Habits, Buckets Ridge. Playhouse Patron's gone up, made a line of 3. Further back, Sentimental Hero. Here comes APULIA starting to work into it underneath of Pike at the 250. Playhouse Patron hit the front from Filthy Habits, but here's APULIA. APULIA on the outside claims them, races to the lead. The Wizard, he draws the shillelagh, and away goes APULIA. APULIA is going to win it easily for the Hayes boys. They claim their first Perth Cup. APULIA beat Filthy Habits, third Forever Boy. Then Rocking Society. Right behind them came Demolish. Sentimental Hero, Playhouse Patron. He ran out of his skin. In behind them, Grand Piero from last. Demolish Simply was next home. Then Diamond Scene. Further back behind them, Be Optimistic. Buckets Ridge had dropped out. Stormageddon is well back in the field. And In Good Order pulling up quickly back there with Fame. The favourite has won, and won in a canter. And Willie Pike has won his 5th Tab Touch Perth Cup. For Ben Will and J.D. Hayes, it's a first for the Hayes dynasty. It's history at Ascot. Second is Filthy Habits. Third home, 10, Forever Boy in front of Rocking Society. It's 2-9, 10 and 13. APULIA had a dream run. Pike couldn't have scripted it any better. Back, left the gates well. He settled in open air. And when he let him go, you could see that the race was going to be put to bed very quickly as he raced away to win it by 3. A length second and third. And the time is 2:28.13, 36:28. 2:28.13. It's APULIA. It's a wonderful story. He's back from a bleeding attack. He's back from a tendon injury. The Hayes boys have worked their magic, and Willie was able to also weave his own. By Fiorente, the Melbourne Cup winner from Gianarelli by High Shap for Lindsay Park and Revelstone Stud. APULIA claims the Cup of 2026. Second placing to 9, Filthy Habits by I'm All the Talk, Lucy Fiore for Brandon Fiore. And 10, Forever Boy by Charm Spirit out of Neverland. Chris Parnham for the Michael Grantham stable is third home. A popular victory, a wonderful win, a big margin, and a great celebration for one of the truly great dynasties of Australasian racing, the Hayes family. 2-9, 10-13. as we go to the last at 6:19 today. 1 6-shooter and also 6 Soldenil are the scratchings. Let's take you down into the heart of the action, and what great scenes there'll be with the Hayes boys gathering with this victory today of APULIA in one of the great comebacks to big time racing.
Thanks, Darren. What a result for the Hayes family, the whole entire Lindsay Park team. Ben, Will and JD Hayes and the entire team have done such a wonderful job with this horse to get him back and racing at this level. He ran second in a VRC derby, and he's always had the ability, but they had to nurse him back to full health, Scotty. And when you could see in the early stages of this event, when he jumped and Willie Pike was in clear air, it always looked like it was his Perth Cup to be won. Exactly right, Lockie. I think he was trading just over even money when they loaded these horses into the barriers. As soon as the barriers opened and you could see APULIA's head go down and that he actually jumped, gee, he would have been odds on straight away. He lobbed him into a beautiful spot. The race panned out perfectly for them. Filthy Habits rolled them along at a more than genuine tempo. How good has he gone, Filthy Habits? But all honours, APULIA and Team Hayes. I'm now with JD Hayes after the win of APULIA in this Perth Cup. JD, congratulations on the win. What a great thrill.
Oh, what a thrill. Absolutely went to script. Perfect ride by Pike. He's in red hot form, and a big shout out to Army, who's been here with the horse, and Luke Fernie obviously hosting us, and it's just a massive thrill. So much was said coming into this week about the horse's gate speed or lack thereof. How happy were you when he actually jumped so cleanly? It was a big sense of relief when we were in the forward half of the field. It was what we talked about pre-race, because it was the possibility that we're going to be back and behind a lot of horses that we didn't want to be. But the way that it panned out, it was just absolutely perfect, and glad to see the horse be able to show what he can do, and it's just been a terrific story. He's overcome so much, and terrific for the Garretts too, who bred him in partnership with our family. So he's been very, very fun. Talk us through what he has had to overcome, because it's been a remarkable training performance to see him race at such a high level throughout this preparation when he had so long off. What went wrong? Literally everything. He's been through a lot, this horse, but it's just true testament to his character. He had 357 days off before this preparation. He's just come back and come of age, and affording him the time. We're reaping the benefits now. So I think this trip in Perth is going to be the making of him, and he'll have a pretty fun autumn back home in Melbourne as well. Where to next for him? In 9 months' time, could he be featuring in a Melbourne Cup over 3,200 metres? I might discuss that with the owners over a nice bottle of red tonight, and then let you know in the morning. Go celebrate, mate. Well done. Thank you very much. There's JD Hayes. What a great result with APULIA taking out the $1 million Tab Touch Perth Cup. I get the sense that Willie Pike has got a great sense of satisfaction with that victory, Scotty. The day for the large majority of this day, things haven't exactly gone to plan for him. He got on the board again with Maddie Girl, and he was just building towards a big feature race win like this. And as you said pre-race, it's rare that a jockey gets things right more often than not, but Willie Pike, that is why he's an absolute champion and the best we have. Exactly right, and that's why this crowd just erupts when APULIA hits the front, because in the end they've come here today. If they were going to have one bet, it was going to be in the Perth Cup, it was going to be on Willie Pike, it was going to be on APULIA, and he absolutely nailed that ride. 2, 9, 10 and 13. Filthy Habits does what Filthy Habits does. He rolled along out in front. He never gave up at any stage in the home straight, and he's fought on bravely into second. Huge run from Forever Boy. He has to be nearly all in favourite for the Cup this time next year. He had to loop the field from the back of from so far off them. The horse that was caught 3 deep in front of him was the top weight In Good Order, who just wasn't able to take him anywhere into the race, so he had to do everything himself. He was super into third placing. And what about the effort, and what about the ride of Braden Garth on Rocking Society at any old odds into fourth? Braden Garth was riding minimum 55 not that long ago. He's now riding 53 in the Perth Cup, and he has given Rocking Society every possible chance, and he's made his way into fourth in the Cup. 2, 9, 10 and 13, but the Tab Touch Perth Cup of 2026 goes to William Pike and APULIA. Pikey, you seem pretty chuffed with that one. Yeah, look, I just thought so much hinged on the way he jumped, and he just jumped so clean. If I had known he was going to do that, I would have been no worries, we'll win it. But after last start where I didn't get away well and had to climb a mountain in the top of the straight, well, once he jumped clean today, they turned the pace on and had us off the bridle, but I still was just confident deep down that when I got him in the clear, he'd rally, and he did.
bit like his Van Heemst run. When you actually asked him to go, he can just really explode.
That's right. He's actually a perfect sort of stayer. He's quirky and edgy, but then jumps and settles. You know, it's really hard to find a horse that can be like that. He's got the edge that he wants to run, but at the same time, he's got the brains to settle. Get him in the clear and away he goes.
Does it all happen too quickly, or can you, in that moment, as soon as the barrier's open and he jumps, you can go, well, these plans have changed and I'm really happy with where I am?
Well, the only plan I didn't have was him jumping. I had plans for everything else, and well, they weren't good plans, mind you. They were just like, basically, if I miss it, I'm just going to have to make it up as I go. But I didn't actually plan on him jumping, and when he did, it was just so much easier.
What about for you and your career? You seem like you're always just at the peak of your powers. You've now equalled Frank Train with the number of winners in the Perth Cup, 5 for you. It's an incredible achievement.
Yeah, I'm definitely not unhappy with it. But you know what, the racing and the day-to-day grind, it just feels like a roller coaster up and down. But as I'm getting a bit older and wiser, sort of, I am enjoying the moments a bit more.
What about you and your team? Obviously working with Dale, you've nailed it this preparation in terms of the Eastern States horses that have come over. You've got a Gold Rush out of Ray Magnerio, now a Van Heemst and a Perth Cup out of Apulia.
Yeah, we got 9 out of 10 right. Watch Me Rock really hurts, only because he was one of my favourites and things like that. But I'm just in a good position. I get offered really nice rides, and I've really got to execute under pressure, and I did that today.
Willie Pike doesn't have a ride in the last. It's a little bit strange. What do you do now? How do you celebrate?
Look, I'll take all day to get my gear ready. It's a mess in there. Later in the day, everything just starts getting into a bit of a rush. But first of all, and also I want to thank the Hayes crew, putting me on, prepping this horse so well. They said he's come on from his last run. They nailed it. His manners, everything, he was just spot on. They had him right for the day.
They nailed it. You nailed it. Result. Well done.
Thank you.
There's Willie Pike, Perth Cup number 5. What an absolute champion he is. He combines with Ben, Will and JD Hayes with Apulia to take out the $1 million Perth Cup.